Hello, people. This morning, my father and I took a trip to Wilmington, Ohio to visit Cesar Creek Flea Market. And let me tell you, if you've never been flea market hunting before, this is a good one to go to. This is a huge, huge facility. So when I first walked in, I found a booth that seemingly didn't have any toys, but a box in the far back had a bunch of random castings, and most of them I thought were a bunch of no-namers, but this one is a P4 Ferrari made by Speedy, which these are really hard to find, especially in America. You'll see them online on eBay, but most of them are in Europe, Italy, and England. But this was only $1, missing the rear wheels. But as a fixer-upper, I thought this was a no-brainer. This will be a really cool project. All right, so it didn't take long until I found someone selling Hot Wheels that are within the last decade, and I found this 1970 Ford Escort RS 1600 with the Castrol deco, and I just thought that was really cool, so I had to pick it up. It was just $1, and this little Ferrari from Speedy was $1. So we're already $2 in, and it was $2 for parking. All right, so I found my way to Dennis Car Lot, almost at the very end, and I found a lot at Dennis Car Lot. First, I found this 2012 custom Ford Mustang with the Falcon deco. I believe this is 2013, yeah. He gave that to me for $1. I couldn't pass that up for $1. Now, most of you are probably familiar with this if you collect Hot Wheels. This just came out. It's the 1984 Audi Sport Quattro, again with Castrol markings on it, which I really dig. And again, it was just $1. I have this in white, but I don't have this green one yet. So for $1, I couldn't pass that up. All right, next one I found is Ford GT40. I love the Ford GT40. I'm trying to collect them all, and I want all of them new in the package. I want to open them so I know they're new. And this one is from 2000, so it's almost 20 years old now. For $1, you can't beat that. This is going to get opened and added to the collection. And another one I'm going to open and add to the collection, another Ford GT40. (2007). All right, what else did I find? All right. I already have this one, but I just couldn't pass it up. I mean, he was selling it to me for $2. All right. Here's another one that I've been trying to find and just could not find it in the stores. The Porsche 917 LH in the light blue Golf deco. Very cool. $1. All right, what else did I find? All right, another Ford GT40 in the alternate color from this year. And it is absolutely cherry. I couldn't find a scratch or a ding on it. But even if there was a minor scratch for $1, couldn't pass it up. $1. right, what else did I find? All right, I found this Porsche 959, and this is an old one. This one wasn't put out in 1987, but it's a metal base, and it's an old casting. I can't remember what year. I think this came out in 95 or something like that. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up again. But this is a clear coat over a no paint job. So this is an early Zymac, pretty much, but not a Zymax. I don't believe so anyway. All right, two more. Denny's Car Lot had this Tonka Coast Guard helicopter, which is a Black Hawk, basically. And I had a couple of these a long time ago, and I'm not sure what happened to them exactly. One of them I customized, and I still have, but it's customized. And these came out back in 2000, so this is almost 20 years old as well. These were made by Maisto and put out by Tonka. But today these are really hard to find, and it's a really good casting. I really like this casting. It matches the scale of a lot of the Dynaflights helicopters, so it really goes well with those. And last but not least, Denny's Car Lot had this factory sealed 2011 Ford GT with the orange paint job, number 7 race number. This is on my list of cars to have, and I have it now, but I feel like I can't open it because it's a factory sealed. So I still need it. I still need it to open. If you ever get a chance and you're in the Wilmington area, you need to check out the Cesar Creek Flea Market. It's only open on Saturdays and Sundays, but well worth the visit. I almost forgot. So after we left the flea market, we went across the street to another smaller, much smaller flea market-ish kind of building. And outside it said Amish farm or something like that. They sold Amish cheese and they had some farm implements. But once I really did some digging, they had a lot of really cool stuff. And this is what I got there. This is a 30-06 armor piercing. This is a 30-06 tracer from 1954, so just after the war. And this is Twin City Ordnance. All these 45 rounds, I love the 45. These are all from World War II. This one here says ECS 43. That means Evansville Chrysler Sunbeam, 1943. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for them because you'll cry. Very cool though, isn't it? Oh, and this is a 50 cal projectile that was pulled from the cartridge. It wasn't fired. If it was fired, you'd see the rifling, down the sides of the bullet. This was merely pulled from the cartridge. And the shininess of the base of the bullet here tells us also that there was no explosion behind it. So this was either never loaded or loaded and then pulled. But either way, that's a 50 cal projectile. I'll have to put a magnet to it and see if it's an armor piercing or not. I have to add that to my bullet collection. I'll show you my bullet collection someday. We'll get into that. So here's a little footage from some other storerooms at this same flea market that I found. I was going to buy that little yellow Porsche, but not for $5. But there was a lot of stuff there, far more than I could picture, for sure. Kind of wanted that little Ferrari too. I thought this guy was a little overpriced on some of his items, but yeah. Like that little food truck I wanted, but not for $10. But I don't know, maybe that particular casting and paint job demands that price. I don't know. There's a lot in the background there that I wanted to get a look at more, but there's a cool display of buses. That shell truck is pretty cool. The sticker's not straight, so I left it. Yeah, this seller had a lot of interesting castings to look at. Oh, I also found this little car. He wants $200 for. Now this guy has got an incredible Lego collection. This is all Legos. But interesting enough, this is actually where I found the first Castrol decoed, the Escort, the Ford Escort. I found it in this shop. But this guy seemingly has endless amounts of Legos. He has these Bionicles, I believe it's called, and they're assembled but out of the package, and they're all decent price. This guy is he's priced right, and they're not chewed up or destroyed. They're Legos in good shape. Now, this storeroom was incredible. This is a napalm bomb. This is a surplus store, and it might as well be a museum. The woman that owns this shop, her name's Jackie. She loves rocket launchers. And I like rocket launchers. I have a law just like that. It's a lightweight anti-tank weapon, and that's a rubber duck M16. I've got a lot of these things that she has in her storeroom. This place is just full of old military collectibles. It's definitely a place you need to check out if you're going to go to this mall. Thanks for watching, people.